Psalms 116, verses 12 through 14 says, "What shall I return to the Lord for all his goodness to me? I will lift up the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people." In this passage of Psalms, we hear the reflection of King David. David was a warrior in his time. He fought over 40 battles of war without losing anyone. He went through lots of family battles to the extent that his son Absalom fought against him, but the Lord delivered him from all the spiritual and physical battles that he had. One day, David sat down to think about his life. He thought about how he started life with nothing and what he has achieved. He thought about how God anointed him king of Israel, even without his asking for this powerful position. Despite his shortcomings, he had succeeded in so many areas, even when he lusted and sinned in relation to Bathsheba and Uzziah. Yet, God had forgiven him and allowed him to restore a relationship with him. So he says to himself, "What shall I render unto God for all his benefits toward me?" David knew what gave him success in life. Despite all he went through, it was God. David appreciated God for his goodness. We may find ourselves saying that we have nothing to appreciate from God. We may or may not put on our gratitude list life, health, such as it is, relationships, opportunities, challenges that bring out our creativity, or our successes, regardless of how minor they are. We might not put those things on the list. And we definitely would not put on our failures. Yet all these things are part of God's benefits to us. What shall we render unto God? There are many things to render to God as an appreciation for all that God has done. Some feel that it's only money or tangible substance. But when we talk in the church, we talk about time, talent, and our resources. If we begin to think about how we can return unto God all of these things, recognizing that everything we have is a gift from God, then perhaps that will lead us to a new understanding of what it means to live in gratitude to God and to be a good steward.
Friends, for the past year and a half, we have undoubtedly faced an array of natural and personal storms. But through the strong leadership of our pastor, the devoted service of our session and our elders, and through the willingness of all of you, we have been able to overcome and keep our doors open, and we're still here. In spite of all the pandemics and the COVID-19, the obligations, both financial and spiritual, of the church are ongoing. So this year, as we enter our pledge season, shortly you will be receiving a letter from the session outlining our pledge program and seeking your ongoing support. First Peter tells us that you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, and God's special possession, that you may declare the praise of him who called you out of darkness into this wonderful light. Let us make good use of our talents and gifts and pledge ourselves to be right where he wants us to be, not only today, but each day throughout the new year. As again, we want to thank you for your past ability to work with us, for your past generosity. And again, very shortly, you will be receiving information about our pledge program for 2022. Thank you, and may God continue to bless the Presbyterian Church of Teaneck. Thank you very much.
Amen and amen.